Hi, I'm Kim McElroy. I co-created the Council of Horses Oracle because the horses really wanted to bring their voice to consciousness and advocate for their kind on the planet. Since today is the first Saturday in May, my thoughts have turned towards horse racing, and I wanted to ask the Council how we could gain insight into what we can collectively shift in the human lack of consciousness in the use of horses in racing and other equine sports that threatens their physical, mental, and emotional well-being. The horses that guided our creation of the Council of Horses have brought this awareness to light in a way that is accessible to many. And often they come up with aspects that I wouldn't think of myself. I'd like to do the reading based on one of our readings that we designed called the Namaste reading, which is a spread for honoring the light in another. So the two cards are the overarching influences regarding, in this case, the use of horses in sports. And the second card is, what do we need to know to support the horses that are in the circumstances or have had that circumstance in their past? I'd like to shuffle the cards and pick two cards. So the overarching influences. The first card is Storyteller. I'll show them to you in a moment. And the Namaste reading. What can we do to support the horses in these circumstances? Prayer mares. All right. So Storyteller is a horse running through a beautiful field with moss-covered trees. And prayer mares is two beautiful mares cradling each other in an act of prayer. So Storyteller, the guidance for Storyteller is, I am the teller of stories, here to help you enter in the story of your life. And we will speak this in the words of what the horses need to hear. So the story of the horse's life and the collective of the horses that are experiencing these stories. We ask you to open the cracks in the shadowy areas and leave aside safe passages that may belong to another, because they are not what we have come for from you. Your story becomes entirely independent of ties, fences, or ceilings. It is time to remember the power of stories, for they, like my thundering stride, can carry you far, far away or deep, deep within. Avoid making up prose to conceal untruths you may want to hide, or misusing language to sway another to their disadvantage. Such discourse inevitably leads to woe. Create narratives that empower and uplift. Every experience, every encounter is a chapter in the chronicle of our lives. Share them unabashedly, for they have the power to teach, connect, and inspire. So I think this card is saying that Storyteller is saying there are stories in the racing industry and the horse industry of sports, of glory, of overcoming challenges, of beautiful connections between horse and rider that are uplifting. And that's really what connects us to those sports in a good way. But there's the darker side, the stories of abuse or creating a narrative that doesn't allow for the horse to have a choice. And so I think the storyteller is reminding us to tell the truth of these stories, that really stories are where empathy comes in and where the listener can apply their own inner knowing to make choices about the future of horse kind in our cultures. And prayer mares, what can we do to support the horses in these circumstances? And this is the perfect card and the perfect horses to help with that. We are the prayer mares. Our energies consolidate yet individuate so we can offer comfort and respite. We hold the swirling energies of what seems chaotic and out of balance and provide the stillness needed for clarity. Prayer mares talk about feeling-based prayer and how horses embody prayer with every act, everything they do, whether walking or drinking or eating or being with their kind. In human cultures, we have rituals that we base prayer upon, but there are more ancient rhythms of feeling-based prayers. Feeling-based prayer is about experiencing the desired future in the now, attending to what our senses take in once our prayer has been answered, to make it real. So we could visualize horses in circumstances and envision how that could be solved for them. How could they move from a place of lack of safety or stress into a place where they are seen as sentient beings, where they are honored for their ability to bring the light into the world, and where they find true home and true safety and freedom from suffering. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this as inspiring as I did.